Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Emo Tempest here, and today we are going to finally be getting into the two-player starter set, Golbez and Cecil. Now, I've had the starter deck with me for a little bit now, and I was kind of contemplating how to approach this one. Reading the cards from the beginning, I realized that I didn't really see any innate value, right? So I wanted to jump in and take a week to play with some of the cards that I found inside this list, and combined with everything we have. And to my surprise, I was able to kind of put something together. I saw some ideas floating around there. I had to see it, like I had to see it for myself to see what the potential the deck had and where it lies on like the totem for new players or seasoned players and things like that, as far as collectors and things, and and everyone far in between that. So with that being said, we're gonna get started here. Remember, you have a little slip here on the side, just to kind of open. You got to make sure you get the right one. But yeah, as we've seen in the new set coming up, this is currently an Opus 17 starter, but it's before the set is actually released. So the set itself will be carrying a lot of new Category 4 characters. Because everything we have currently, I feel like name clashes a lot with everything that we have. And if you're just joining the game and you're trying to find what like how to build decks and stuff, name clashing is something you're gonna have to work around, because there's a lot of cards named Cecil, like this one. Even though he's very good, there's also a few other Cecils that are also very good. In different colors and stuff. So the fact that this one in particular is light is kind of nice, because he can go into any other ones. So we have a new Edge, a new Cane. I think those are most of the ones. Fusoya was another one that I thought was interesting. We just got reprints of this, but they wanted to add these. Some of these other cards aren't so great. The Odins are decent. We have a Full Art Common, and then Rydia and Rosa. These are the 5. So this starter will come with 10 new cards. 5 from each side. I'm currently finding the water lightning side better than the earth fire side, and we'll get into the rest of all the cards in just a little bit. I'm just gonna pull these apart. I always forget how I record this based on how I discuss it on when I record over it, but yeah. So what I was saying is that there's a lot of name clashing in this starter deck, and currently I think at the time of release there wasn't enough for me to justify wanting to play this or get this. With what we've seen in the new game, in the new set, Final Fantasy IV has a lot of new toys, new Golbez, new Cane, new Zemus. So Final Fantasy IV has a lot of new characters and a lot of new cards that could kind of incorporate itself into either versions of these lists. And here we have a few Brynhilders, which is nice. The reprints of those are cool. Scarmillion and Bygone, so those are the 5 that come here. And then Dark Elves, which I think are funny. And again, more reprints of Chu. But yeah, so the new set will bring a lot of things that'll kind of make this a little more playable. So Cecil, if you control 6 or more Category 4 characters, the Category 4 forwards, you control gain 2,000 power and Brave. You can duel 2 active characters, 4 characters, and choose a forward duel it, and then you can duel 4 to deal forward 8k. Now, what's cool is that this isn't limited once per turn, so there's a lot of potential to do this on either player's turn when things are important. Rosa, which I think is the most important part here. For 0, you can use one of her following 2 effects. If you have Cecil, you can use 2 of the following effects. So choose a forward and activate it, and choose a forward that gains 1,000 power until the end of the turn. Being is that Cecil requires you to duel characters, Rosa helps you bring them back up for different reasons. When Rydia enters the field, you may search for 2 summons, each with different costs. Then your opponent selects a card among them and puts it into the break zone, and add the other to your hand. When you cast a summon, choose a forward your opponent controls. It reduces by 1,000 for each CP cost required to cast. When Edge enters the field, choose a forward. If you control 4 or more Category forwards, break it. Choose a forward and you break it. And then Mirage, he can play himself again, remove himself and play himself again. When Cane enters the field, choose a water Category 4 character in your break zone, add it to your hand. If you don't control a forward other than Cane, Cane gains 1,000 power and haste. So we'll get into a lot of these, but I wish this didn't only bring back water category 4 characters. And again, I'm talking about the reprints here and the Fusoya and stuff like that. I think it's decent that we got a full art, but I've never been a fan of the common full art, so whatever. Same thing with these. But I guess for new players, those are something to grab, I guess. That's really why I was looking here first, seeing if there was something else valuable or worth it. But as you can see, and as if you might have already guessed, there isn't much else. But yeah, I think we can go right into the next one. So Scarjo. When Scarmeleon enters the field, name one element. Scarmeleon gains, if Scarmeleon deals damage to a forward of the named element, double the damage instead. And then for you can choose to forward to them 4k. If you have received 5 points damage, deal them 7k. So pretty much, as much as I like Scarmeleon, he's always had really interesting effects, but he's never actually found his way into a home. He's never actually found a home anywhere. And I think that trend will continue. Bygone. When Bygone enters the field, you may search for a card named Golbez and add it to your hand. Put Bygone into the break zone, choose a forward your opponent controls, break it. You can only use this ability if you control Golbez. Probably one of the best ones in the set. Golbez has come out in multiple iterations and will probably continue to come out in multiple sets going forward. And this guy will get us right there to him. So, and his second effect is nice too. Golbez, you may reduce the cost required to cast Golbez by 2. If you do so when Golbez enters the field, put Golbez into the break zone. When Golbez enters the field, select one of the following 2 actions. Choose a forward and break it. Choose a character other than Light and Dark in your break zone and add it. So, you can, make him 4 cost removal from your hand, or, pay a full cost to keep him on board. Both options are good. I was kind of I didn't see the value in this at first, but again, after playing some of these cards, I can see where the merit comes. Before paying the cost of Cane, you can remove a Dark forward in your break zone from the game to reduce the cost to cast Cane by 2. He has haste, and when he attacks, he gains 2,000 power until the end of the turn. And then Zemus. Remove the top 7 cards of your deck from the game, choose a forward, deal it 7,000 damage. You can only use this ability once per turn. Remove the top 15 cards from your deck from the game, and choose one forward removed from the game. You can only use this ability once per turn. I don't know why you would use these abilities multiple times in a turn anyway, but yeah, overall, I find this Fire Dark Earth side to be a little less overwhelming. The Bygone again is probably the best one. The Cane Edge and the Edge especially, and Rydia Rosa, they're just so much better. Remember, the point I was getting at is that you need a lot of... I've only played the Lightning Water side a little bit more, and so I know now that the deck itself has legs. I'm hoping that those legs get longer, I guess you could say, or they can run in the next set. And but in terms of, is this worth it at the moment? No. There's nothing much here for new players other than these. A lot of these cards are going to come foil in the next set, so unless you really need reprints of Brynhildr, I can't see too much reason for this, right? Other than the full art Cecil and the full art Golbez, it's the only way you'll get those. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. Please leave them in the comments. What are the best ways to play? I'm gonna attach 2 types of decks that you can kind of play from this with what we currently have in the list below, so in the description below. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and sub, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.